Hi, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm gonna try to show you how to combine several sessions into one image in Siril. Um, there are basically two ways to do it. You could add up all the subs into one file and just stack it, but that's could take a very long time, and you could run into some issues, depend how your data is. So I figured the easiest way to do it, if you stack each sessions separately and then just you use the final result fits and you stack those into one file. So basically, this is what we're gonna do today in Siril, and I'm gonna show you. I created a file already for that. I call it Megastack. In this one, I I already have I done this so in PixInsight, so just disregard these files here. Basically, I created a file called lights where I placed all those fits files, results fits files that I find on my in my storage basically from previous sessions stacked already, and they had a different name, but to make sure that they're not going to run into any issues with serial stacking, I renamed them in a row, like starting from 0000 to add one all the time basically. And I suggest that for the first file you use your very best result, because Siri gonna use it as a master. So that's a good idea if you use the best one for the very first fit file. Okay, so after this, basically what you need to do, you can close this here, and in serial we're gonna name this as a host home folder. Like, we go to desktop and this Megastep folder, double click and just open it. Okay, so now we're actually ready to stack, and in this case, since I already named these uh, from 0 to 7, I have 7 sessions. I can use the script where without torque, biases and flats. Since I don't apply any of those, they were already applied at original stacking. Alright, so you don't need to apply any darks or anything. You just click this here. And as you see, it's already stacking. Since it's gonna be 7 files, it's not gonna take a very long time at all. That's a beauty about it. It's all done. So now we can open our stack result fit file right here. Okay, and as you're gonna see, there is some field rotation going on here pretty badly. You can see those lines here. The reason for that is because they were different sessions. Some of these sessions were taken uh, basically very just a few days ago, and I captured this nebula to the west of the zenith, and some of these were captured like last year, I don't know, probably fall or something like that, and they were captured more to the east, and so there is quite a bit of rotation between the two uh, position in the sky. So, but what we're hoping for in this case, that since we added up so many, probably in this one I have maybe 2000 subs or something like that added up. So I'm hoping that the quality of the image gonna be good enough that I can crop just the nebula. So that is what I'm gonna do here. That's the very first thing. So we do a crop here, something like this. Really just a nebula area. Maybe a little more here and here. And basically right click and crop. And here we go. This is our first step basically what we did, and then from here we go the normal workflow basically in Siril. I'm gonna do first a background extraction. I'm always doing the lazy way, you know, some people do like one by one, they're doing that. I like to move these sliders a little bit like higher and then just generate, and I remove everything where I don't want to have any samples taken, where is nebulosity or stars or anything going on. I try to make sure no major stars are covered and all the nebulosity is like basically free of sample points. Even in the center I remove all this. Make sure none of the nebula area is covered. If accidentally, you know, some smaller stars or whatever are covered by the um, sample point, that's not gonna make a big difference, so I'm not worrying about it. Just click compute background, takes just a few seconds, I guess. Ready, apply. Alright, from here, next step, since we had a bunch of green stuff going on here, we're gonna remove green noise. That's what I normally always do, so the stars are looking a lot better already. Alright, from here, the next step, uh, color calibration, photometric color calibration. Now here I'm gonna have to type in the name, GSC 244, find, it's right there. Now here you need to make sure that if that was your sessions were shot with pinning off, then you need to have this 100, the whole focal length set to 100, and the pixel size is 1.45 all the time. And just click OK. If you use 2 by 2, then the focal length gonna be 50. Alright, so you see it's already done. You can click, turn this off. The next step gonna be we're gonna do a color saturation. I'm not doing too much. I don't want to oversaturate it. It's already too much in my opinion. It's not gonna be good. Probably I just go like this and apply. Alright, we can change this later on. Alright, so what's the next? Next, what we can do here is I'm gonna remove the stars. Alright, so we go to star processing. I had a video on that, how to enable star processing in Siril and PixInsight. In Siril. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna do this, use the starnet removal, star removal. Just click that. Looks like it takes a moment. And then you need to make sure you generate star mask. Since we didn't stretch this image, we're gonna click the pre-stretch linear image. I'm gonna give it a try. Normally I like to pre-stretch it a little bit and then remove the stars. That works a little bit better in Siril, but we're gonna see what happens, so it should work. Alright, execute. It's very fast in Siril. Star networks really well. You see it's almost 50% done here. Just a few more seconds. Now the next thing gonna be that we're gonna have a starless image of the nebula. in not, I mean, unstretched image, just an auto stretched, and the star image is saved, basically star mask saved in the home folder. So we don't need that for now. We're gonna work on the nebulosity. So what we can do at this point, basically, we can try some median filter maybe for noise reduction. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. We'll see. Let's just try. I'm not sure. Let's just see. I don't think we need to use this. So let's just close it. So basically what we're gonna do, now we go back to linear mode and we can start to stretch this image. So next thing gonna be the generalized hyperbolic stretch transformation. And let's start to stretch the image. All you need to do, moving those sliders, and just watch what happens, and you need to apply when you think you're happy with it. This is basically just the first step, so we're gonna do some more stretching and histogram. With this one, at this point, you need to be real careful because that can be really drastic. So just do it carefully. I guess it's gonna be okay for the first step here. Just click apply, and now we can close this, and we're gonna go into histogram transformation. Okay. Now here you can try with basically auto stretch settings and just move the sliders from here. Okay, apply here. And then we can also, if you try to achieve, let's just say like Hubble color palette image, then we can, you know, go with individual channels, like we can add more blue to it, like this, right here. Maybe remove some green. The best way to do it, you just do little by little, not too much at once. And try to not clip too much here. I'm already almost too far here. So maybe I go back here. Let's see if we can do a little more blue. Yeah, yeah, not too bad. Getting somewhere. A little extra red. Yeah, that's not too bad, I guess. So there we go. Removing some green. Perhaps a lot of looks like. And then apply. Go back to RGB. Make it a little bit brighter, maybe. Maybe removing some. Should remove some reds because there's a bunch of noise here, red noise. Here we go. Let's just apply. I don't even remember if we have a. There is no curve in this one, right? I don't use Siril a lot anymore, so I have to look for things sometimes. Yeah, too bad. There's no curve transformation in this one. But anyway, that looks already pretty neat. Maybe we could add a little more blue here. And remove some green, I guess. Yep. Well, I think that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna click apply and close it. And now I'm gonna save this. And I'm gonna save it as a, let me see, we have, I think this is the storage result. Yeah, that's already there. So I'm just gonna click save basically. I don't need to save it as a different name. Just click save. Storage result fit. So what we can do next, basically we can put the stars back. So we're gonna go into what is that? Star processing, and then this time we're gonna click star recomposition. And then all we need to do here, basically we open the starless image first. Starless result fits right here. That's this one here. And on the other side we open the star image. There we go. And then now from here, the neat stuff is that we can actually stretch everything. So we can start to stretch the stars, and that works really neat here in Siril. It's basically it's up to you how much stars you want to see. You can do less stars or more stars, and you can even stretch a little bit the nebulosity here. Just don't want to do too much because then we're gonna have a grainy image. Unfortunately, in Siril, it's hard to change that. Anyway, I guess this is what we're gonna get. We could make the stars a little bit smaller here if we move this slider. But actually I like it when we have some smaller and larger stars. This always looks neat. Let me see how it looks like when we have too much. Well, even that doesn't look too well in here. Yeah, something like that. I think I'll pick a fly here. And let's just see what happens on the advanced setting. Alright, well, that's good enough. So I'm just gonna close this and then we can save this image basically. There we go. You can rename it if you want, but that's up to you. And just click save here, and we're gonna save it actually as JPEG. I'm just gonna post this basically online with this video, so whoever interested to do a mega stack, you can check this out. I hope you like the video. If you do like it, please click the like button and subscribe. And thanks for watching.